Well, I'm going to Upper Gorple Reservoir today. It's about a 20-minute drive from home. Little car park and then a walk across and on up towards the reservoir. It's out in the wilds up on the moors, and it's a beautiful place, very, very quiet. Not a lot of people about ever. Strange rock formations up and down. Obviously been here many years. A few sheep. This looks like the black sheep of the family, just having a look at me as I go past. So at this point I start to get dive bombed with snipes. They're a very fast flying bird, and then it goes and stands there and watches me. It's obvious I'm quite near the nesting ground, which I didn't realise. So this is definitely not the place to send a drone up, but it's okay filming as I stick to the path and they're fine. There's quite a few of them around actually, and they're just looking at the moment. Carry on up the path and another one comes bombarding me. It's obvious there's more than one family up here. Still the strange rocks, of course, as I'm wandering up. It's a fair walk actually, it's up a drag. Looking over the side of where I am, there's some lovely little crooks and crannies with little streams and strange grass formations and everything else. Right, I'm up at the reservoir now. I've got to the wall facing the reservoir, just looking over across there. This is a Panasonic picture where it wraps it all round in one go. Right, I'm just I'm happy. I'm going to stay here and I'm going to send my drone up from here shortly. Just making sure all the controls are fine. The drone's on automatic now. It's reversing away from me, and then it'll stop and come back to where it set off from, which is fine. Nothing's attacking it, so I've left the snipes behind. This one's where it will just go straight up and then look back down at that extremely handsome guy stood there near the wall with a white hat. It just goes to a 70 feet, whatever, and then comes back down. Everything seems to be working. Pictures are alright. Now I'm having a look round on at the reservoir itself. It's quite a big reservoir, and there's another one at the far end, higher up, but we'll see what's up there as the drone gets over it. I'm not going too far. We're surrounded with Canada geese, and they really are making a din. You can hear them. Right, final preparations now. Just take a photograph. Final preparations before I set off and head out up over the reservoir. I'll set off just right in front of me. There's the drone now. Up it goes. Stops. Loads its GPS wherever it's positioned, ready for it to come home if there's an emergency. Say I lose signal or whatever. It's turning round, and I'm going to set it off now just up over the ground there. I want to keep my eye on that field and stuff to either side just to make sure no birds come up and start creating. Otherwise, if they do, I'll bring it back, because this is still the edge of the nesting ground. Right, we're off. We're going to the height that we're going to fly, and then we'll just set off over there. If there's anything at all nesting there, it'll come up, and there's nothing moving. So I'll now turn and head towards the reservoir. I need to keep my eye just on the water line there, because there are some ducks there, a cluster of them, and if they're Canada geese, ducks or Canada geese, it's only Canada geese that would attack the drone, because they're quite big. It'll come up and have a go. They're creating a bit, I can hear them, but they're not bothered about it as long as I don't go any nearer. And then I'll turn and just move along and just have a look along the water's edge. Just a nice steady pace, 11 meters per second. Never been here before. It quite narrows up there. I hadn't really noticed before, and not on the map. You can't really tell till you fly over it. It's getting pretty near time to turn round and come back. I just want to go high enough to see the top reservoir. This is Lower Gorple Reservoir, and the other one's Upper, which is a level higher up. You can just see the water line. So what I'll do, I'll just gradually turn round now and come back down the other side of the reservoir and cross across halfway, because I don't want to go anywhere near the house over there, because there are people moving about and they don't really need to know that I've been here. I've got my bearings now, so the drone's quite capable of flying up there and having a look at the other one, but I need to have a look on the map first and see how it goes. Very rough moorland, rugged. Start to head slowly back. These are interesting, these patches on the below on the ground. I don't know what they are. He must have cultivated something at some time or knocked something down. There we are now, heading back, and as you can see I'm quite a distance, but I'm going to come across the head directly back so they don't, you see at the right hand side of the wall is where the house is, where the trees are. Just pause and take a couple of photographs while I'm about it. Now continue flying back. Very peaceful. Drone pauses now and gets its global positioning spot where it took off from, puts the camera upright and just manoeuvres itself into position directly overhead, and hopefully it'll land exactly where it took off. It's currently just jockeying into position, and then it will come down. It will tilt the camera down so that we can see where we're going to land. Sometimes it's quite misleading because it looks to be way out of position, but it's not, and it's taking account of the wind. So it's lining up over me now. It knows exactly where it took off, and down it'll come. And it'll protect the camera as it gets just above the ground, anywhere between 3 foot and about 8 foot. It'll put the camera pointing forward to protect it from hitting the ground. It's now manoeuvring. I can see it moving about. At this point I'm not doing anything, I'm just watching it on the screen. Of course I've got the video running all the time, and here it goes. And then in a minute, when it'll stop, protect the camera, fire the camera up with now. Here it goes. Now that's it, and it's quite happy now. It knows exactly where it took off from, and it's going to land on it. It'll drop, land on the ground, and turn off the rotors. That's it done. Setting off, walking back down the path now towards where I've parked my car. It's really rugged. Some of these rocks are real formations, and just having a look round and a nosy, looking back up the path. Passing a few friends on the way, sheep and lambing. Farmers will be busy here protecting them. And there's one that's completely isolated and oblivious. Well, that's the trip.